Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, I need to address something right away because I'm gonna get lynched in the comments. The problem with Tears of the Kingdom is not a bad one. It's actually a good one. It's kind of like more money, more problems type of thing. That type of problem. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. I'm not saying it's a bad problem. But anyways, let's just kind of jump into it. Tears of the Kingdom has been out for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now, and I decided to take my time in doing the first impressions because my gosh, dude, there is so much to do, so much to see in this game that it's insane. I honestly don't remember in the last 10 years of Nintendo's history when was the last time I felt like, oh my gosh, I need this game. And honestly, no, there hasn't been any other game in the last decade that I remember that has gotten me this hyped. And Tears of the Kingdom slapped so hard that, you know what? I don't think I need to get another game for the rest of the year. So with that much expectation that Nintendo was kind of putting out there, they needed to actually deliver and surpass, because if they were just to kind of reiterate Breath of the Wild and kind of give us a subpar game, that would have been the end of Nintendo's Zelda. Because I feel if Tears of the Kingdom didn't wow us this much, it would have just been like, all right, I'm kind of done with Zelda and Nintendo from now on. So they delivered, and they delivered heavily. I mean, you can legitimately, from just alone and like with this game, you can make 6 different games with the mechanics that this game has. I'm not kidding. You can legitimately make 6 games or more from just the mechanics of Fuse, Ascend, Ultra Hand, all those guys. You can make or more. You know, there's a lot more stuff that eventually you get into the game where you're like, whoa, I did not expect that. But yeah, so with that said, this game is enormous. There's so much to do, so much to see. There is 3 massive maps that you're just gonna lose yourself for weeks on end. And honestly, I am so very happy this is good. This is a good problem, because you start off not on Hyrule. You actually start off above in the Great Sky Island. So after the prologue and you get your new and improved right hand, aka Myra, if you know, you know, you're thrown into an island. And this time, like I said, not in the land. You're in the ducking sky. Like, no paraglider, no pants, no shirt, no service, guys. Like, you're just thrown in there. But you do have your newly broken sword. So yes, after the prologue, if you've played the game, or you haven't, I'm pretty sure you have, Ganon breaks your sword, so now you have this sword, this broken sword that basically does nothing other than a couple of swings, and that's it. After getting out of that little area, the owner of Myra appears. His name is Rauru. He basically points you on the right directions to get these little light orbs, or whatever you want to call them. These things are basically the equivalent of what Breath of the Wild had back in the day. There's a little more into that, so don't worry about that for now. There are shrines. Yes, there's definitely shrines, and there are the ways you can teleport. So thankfully, those things are back, and very much needed those back, because they are fun, you guys. This time, the puzzles are actually very in-depth. I have not seen one single gyro, whatever the heck, and I'm very happy that's not in there, because I was never a fan of gyro. But anyways, once you get into the shrines, you are then given the powers of Ascend, Ultra Hand, and Fuse. These abilities are needed in order for you to progress further into the game, which is this humongous door that you're not allowed to enter unless you have these abilities. And yes, the abilities are amazing. You can fuse things. You can fuse them together, make them bigger, make them better. You can make a craft. You can make anything. And there's a lot of community out there that's actually gone crazy with these things. And I'm very happy they have, because there's a lot to do with these things, guys. I'll just put a little bit of what's going out there, and I'll show you in a little while what I've done that I think was a must in the game. But yes, Ultra Hand, great ability. I wouldn't call it a fuse, because there is an ability called Fuse. Fuse allows you to basically fuse your weapon with something out there, make it stronger or more durable. So, you know, there's that. And honestly, I fuse it with some very strong stuff to make some very powerful weapons. Ascend is basically just what it sounds like. You ascend from the bottom to the top if there is a roof you can access. Sometimes it doesn't work as needed. You know, sometimes it works well, but most of the time it's not really the best thing, because sometimes you are not allowed to ascend and you have to use what you later get once you pass those doors, which is recall. So recall basically allows you to, like, you know, they showed us in the Nintendo Directs, just return something, man. It either goes up, goes down, goes to the side, whatever you want to call it. It just it recalls back to where it originally had. Very good ability. So all these four together basically make up what I believe was lost from Breath of the Wild. So yeah, once you get all those, Zelda basically gives you the recall, like I said, and you finally put your sword into this pedestal which I believe just goes whoosh back into the past, because you do actually hear that recall sound effect, and it goes straight into Zelda's hands in the same spot. So like I said, I believe this was thrown back in time, because Zelda got it literally where Link is standing. Once you do that, you are finally allowed to jump into Hyrule without you dying, because if you dropped yourself any other way from the Great Sky Island, you would just die and go back and respawn where you were. Finally, you get into Hyrule. However, no paraglider yet. So once I reached Hyrule, I decided to kind of explore the map for a greater part of 2 hours, honestly. I went up there, down here, I saw a bunch of new creatures, really, like some that came back from Breath of the Wild and some new ones with some new added stuff. I was just like, oh, walking around all over the place. But then it got to me. I'm like, I need my paraglider. There's a bunch of things and a bunch of places I could have gone if I had my paraglider. So I decided, you know what, screw it. I'm done running around. I need to find this paraglider. So I went to where the map was telling me to go. And once I arrived, I honestly noticed something right away. The tower. That big old tower that basically you would see in Breath of the Wild, the ones that would give you access to parts of the map. And I noticed something different. There's a balloon under it this time. So I never saw anything, you know, like that on launch day too. I decided to see no gameplay. So when I played this for myself, I was like, I'm gonna get thrown in the air, aren't I? Thankfully, yeah, I was super right about that, and it was a great addition, you guys. It's still great to see these towers, so I'm glad they're back. Once I saw that, I decided to go up the stairs and meet, or more like re-meet, somebody that we've seen back in Breath of the Wild, but as a child form. And well, I gotta say this now. It's insane how the community has freaking gone over this one character. It's Purah. Dude, okay, honestly, I also was like, holy crap, why did Nintendo do this? Like, I think it was intentional, but I think it was just like, okay, damn, all right, this is nuts. I gotta say, again, like I said, the internet, oh my gosh, I have not been able to stop seeing things in these Zelda forums and Zelda fan pages I follow of this character. She just doesn't stop popping up, you guys. It's insane. It's gotten to the point where, like, I can't anymore. I need to turn these off, or turn these guys off, because they just don't stop popping out. That many, guys, that many are coming out, and it's cool. It's just that, goddamn, like, at some point it's got to stop. So yeah, once you talk to her, she basically lets you know of what really needs to be done in Hyrule, where you need to go, the new sages that are going to be popping out that you're going to have to be, like, helping out, and the game truly begins after that. So after that point, you know, meet her, you get your, I guess, your newly involved Sheikah Slate, which is now called the Power Pad or something. You are just thrown into this world, and honestly, super happy, because I finally have access to my paraglider, and I can go pretty much anywhere and everywhere after that. So what do I think about this game? If you love Breath of the Wild and you love the gameplay, the story, and the way it looked, this game is just an addition, or more of that type of thing, where there's going to be a lot more to see, a lot more to do in that type of sense. And I'm in that type of camp where I'm like, I love Breath of the Wild, so I'm very happy this game got done. But in my opinion, the outdated look and feel of the game is a little lackluster. But I am happy that I could have just jumped into this game just like if I was playing Breath of the Wild. I did not have to get any tutorials, even though there are tutorials for those that haven't played any of the Breath of the Wild games. So it's fun to see that. and I'm glad it's back the way it is. But again, the biggest problem I still have with this game, and honestly, like I said, not a bad problem, is that there is so much to do. You got Sky Island, Hyrule, and the depths. Like, there is so much to do, so many hours, and not enough hours in the day that you're going to be able to put into this time. And if you're a parent, let me just tell you right now, you're not going to be able to play this game during the day. And if you do, you got children older than 5-year-old. So I don't know, you guys. I feel like this game is going to be one of the biggest, if not the best games that Nintendo has ever come out with. There is definitely going to be some, there's going to eventually be some DLC and stuff, which I'm happy. I'm happy that we're going to get DLC, but how much more can they give us? How much more, or what more am I going to have to do with this game? Because I'm already, what, 25, 30 hours in? And I'm barely done with one stage. I haven't done any of the others. I'm just roaming around Hyrule, roaming up and down. I have not yet done any of the main games. It's just me going around doing things. But yeah, guys, problems don't always have to be bad. They can always be good. So with that said, all right, guys, I gotta go kill me a couple Bokoblins with the cock and ball sword that I have. And I think you gotta go do that too. So with that said, hope you liked the video. And if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. We're getting there. I already got the 4,000 hours of watch time. We just got to get those 1,000 subscribers, guys. But anyways, all right, guys. Hope you have a good day or night. All right. See ya.